Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Tank Davis have a cold face-to-face meeting finally after all the back and forth. What's your thoughts on this? Drop a comment.
Yeah. Was you hurt though? Was you like?
Hell no. I jumped on him. Like, you know what I mean? I jumped on him. He was grabbing me from there. We ain't want no smoke from there.
Yeah.
They want to throw you to the wayside.
I mean, just once you get around someone, you be looking up to these people so bad, and once you get around, they don't be what they say what they portray to be.
But Floyd's like, no, I'm the best. No, now it's no longer Floyd's time. It's Tank's time now. He's the best. He's done well. He's powerful. He's all this.
During a fiery exchange, Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Tank Davis exchanged heated words, with Mayweather boldly asserting his dominance. The tension mounted as both fighters stood firm, with Mayweather firmly dismissing the idea of ever losing. Tank, undeterred, shot back, confidently claiming his power would be the deciding factor. The crowd buzzed with excitement over the intense confrontation.
So, as far as my documentary that's coming out, you guys gonna see 26 years of behind the scenes footage that you guys have never seen.
I remember when radio hosts and TV reporters were accusing you of ducking Shane Mosley, Baldomir, Hatton, Canelo, Guerrero, and you fought all of them right after that. Is that also going to be in your documentary?
Well, I feel like the proof is in the pudding. I don't have to say who I beat. There's been so many great fighters out there, so many good fighters. All the guys that you named are hell of a fighters. Everything is about timing. I wish me and Shane Mosley could have fought when he was undefeated.
Boxing Kingdom recently sparked a heated debate by tweeting that Gervonta Tank Davis was comparing his skills to those of Floyd Mayweather, setting the stage for a passionate discussion among fans. Tank boldly stated, "I feel skill-wise mine are way better than Floyd's. If I'm on my game, no one fighting today that you see on TV has more skills than me." This claim immediately ignited controversy, given that Mayweather is widely regarded as one of the greatest defensive boxers of all time, while Tank has made a name for himself as a dominant knockout artist with explosive power and sharp technique. Many argue that surpassing Floyd's legendary skill set is no easy feat. Fans are now debating whether Tank's confidence is justified, or if he's underestimated the defensive mastery and ring IQ that made Mayweather unbeatable. Shane Mosley recently shared his thoughts on the complex dynamic between Tank and Floyd, acknowledging both fighters' immense talent while highlighting the tension between them. Mosley said, "I like both guys. I know Gervonta has his issues with Floyd, and Floyd has a big ego where he wants to be the man on top, but Gervonta is trying to get on top, and it seems like he has to get from under Floyd." This dynamic mirrors the challenges many fighters face when rising under the shadow of a legendary mentor. Mosley compared it to his relationship with his own son, emphasizing the importance of stepping back and allowing the next generation to shine. He explained that sometimes a dominant presence like Floyd's can unintentionally overshadow a fighter's success.
I don't hate Floyd. I'm happy for Floyd. He's accomplished so much, and he believed in himself to accomplish all these different things, to be great, to dare to be great. You know what I'm saying? So I'm proud of him. I'm proud that the brother, went all the way to the top of the mountain and won. But now, Floyd, it's time for somebody else to win. You won. So it's time for the new generation. They're gonna win. But your era, you won. But now there's another era. So can you make somebody else great like you are, or help them be great like you are? That's the issue, right? And maybe that's what Tank is talking about.
In a recent appearance on the Jay Hill podcast, Gervonta Tank Davis opened up about the struggles he faced under Floyd Mayweather's mentorship, revealing that he often felt trapped in a no-win situation. Davis recalled a crucial moment before his 2017 IBF Junior Lightweight Championship fight against Jose Pedraza, where he believed Mayweather had intentionally set him up to fail. According to Davis, after enduring 6 months without a fight and dealing with financial struggles, including eviction and the need to sell his jewelry, he felt pressure to take the Pedraza bout. He claimed that Mayweather gave him an ultimatum: fight Pedraza or risk being sidelined indefinitely. Davis said, "I was in a lose-lose situation." He was like, "You gotta fight this fighter," which is Jose Pedraza. "If you don't fight him, you're not fighting, you're sitting on the shelf."
What came out still on top.
With Floyd? You said, what was the lose-lose situation? What you mean?
This situation that he put me in and make me lose what he thought I was gonna lose.
You talking about like a boxing match or?
Yeah, boxing match.
Ooh, if you don't mind. If you don't want to, it's fine.
Pedraza. Joseph Pedraza, my first world title. I was 16-0. I was 16-0. 16-0. And I was 21 at the time. And I haven't fought in 7 or 8 months. And around that time, I wasn't making that much money. I probably was making like 10,000. So 6 months is crazy to not fight, you know. So when they came back and was like, "All right, you gotta fight," he was like, "You gotta fight this fighter, which is Joseph Pedraza. If you don't fight him, you're not fighting. You're sitting on the shelf." So I had to fight him. In the midst of all that happened, I got evicted. I had to sell my jewelry. So now, and remind you, I'm letting the boxers that you talking about, I'm putting them on game.
In a recent interview, Gervonta "Tank" Davis was asked about the possibility of facing Floyd Mayweather Jr. if both were in their prime. Davis spoke with deep respect for Mayweather's legendary career, stating that he would avoid such a matchup. He made it clear, however, that his own skills are formidable and capable of challenging any boxer in the sport today. Davis has frequently expressed admiration for Mayweather, citing him as a significant influence on his career, particularly in terms of Mayweather's defensive skills and strategic approach to boxing. This respect highlights Davis's reluctance to entertain a hypothetical fight with his mentor, acknowledging the difficulty of facing someone of Mayweather's caliber. Despite this, Davis remains confident in his own abilities. His undefeated record and multiple world titles across different weight classes are a testament to his exceptional talent. With explosive power, speed, and ring intelligence, Davis has solidified himself as one of boxing's most dangerous competitors. And his belief in his skills reflects his conviction that he can compete at the highest levels, no matter the opponent.
Tank, how would you fight Floyd in his prime? Like if you were to fight Floyd in
Don't
his prime,
fight him.
if you guys were both in the...
Don't fight him. I wouldn't fight him. I mean, Floyd was good. He was top tier. I mean, me, I feel as though I could compete with any top fighter. I'm not saying me going at Floyd, but I'm saying like I feel as though my skills, and not to take nothing from Floyd, but I feel like my skills can compete with anybody that ever laced up a boxing game.
You're crazy to watch, bro. Like,
yeah.
You hit like a fucking train.
Floyd Mayweather recently shared a sparring video from 6 years ago featuring himself and Gervonta "Tank" Davis, sparking a wave of discussions among boxing fans. The timing of the release, seemingly on an ordinary day, led to speculation about Mayweather's motives. Some believe he was reminding the world of his dominance, while others interpreted it as a subtle jab at Tank. The video highlighted Mayweather's signature defense and counterpunching skills, while Tank showcased his trademark power and aggression. Given their history of tension, fans are now debating whether this was a strategic move or simply a nostalgic throwback from the undefeated champion.
I'm from Baltimore. He's not from D.C. That's what I learned. I thought he was from D.C. too. D.C. my second home. I've been coming up here since I was 9 years old, even younger. So I'm not really trying to get in his personal business. Probably just showing him that, you know, I could do anything, especially in your backyard.
gonna feel all this shit we gotta do. Look, hey Tank, we gonna go 35 for 12.
Many years ago, legendary champion Marvin Hagler remarked that it's hard to get up and do road work at 5 a.m.
And I seen the Lomachenko and Devin Haney for the undisputed title. You know, that was a good fight. I'm very, very glad that Devin Haney was victorious. Me and Devin sat down, you know, for us to come together and make a relationship happen. I don't want to knock championship belts because they are important. I could tell him, you could win 2 world titles but make $250 million, or you can win 20 world titles and make $10 million. Then when you look at Ryan and Tank, they made great money. We could have been did this, and that could have been him in the fight with Ryan Garcia.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis has long expressed a desire to test his skills against his former mentor, Floyd Mayweather Jr. In several interviews, Davis has acknowledged Mayweather's status as one of the best fighters of all time and has speculated that a bout between them would be his toughest challenge. This ambition highlights Davis's confidence in his own abilities and his drive to measure himself against the best in boxing. However, the relationship between Davis and Mayweather has been marked by tension. Some observers suggest that Mayweather's difficulty in accepting Davis's rising success has been a major source of their discord. Given Mayweather's fiercely competitive nature, it's speculated that he struggles with the idea of his protege possibly surpassing his own achievements, creating strain in their mentor-protege dynamic. Despite these tensions, Davis has consistently expressed deep respect for Mayweather, acknowledging the significant impact he has had on his career. In interviews, Davis has highlighted Mayweather's unmatched defensive skills and strategic acumen, often referring to him as a top-tier fighter. When asked about the hypothetical scenario of facing Mayweather in their respective primes, Davis has been candid in stating that he would prefer not to engage in such a matchup, recognizing the difficulty of competing against someone of Mayweather's caliber. Even with this, Davis remains unwavering in his confidence. He regularly asserts that his skill set is strong enough to challenge any boxer in the sport today, though this isn't meant as a direct challenge to Mayweather, but more as a statement of his readiness to face any top-tier opponent in his weight class. Davis's undefeated record and multiple world titles across various weight divisions are a testament to his exceptional talent and commitment to boxing. The relationship between the two has been complicated with moments of mentorship and tension as the idea of Davis surpassing his mentor's legacy looms over their dynamic.
You know, so I don't want Tank to necessarily leave Mayweather. I think he's in this position because of everything that Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe have done for him. So I do want him to do what he is saying. Take control of your career. Say that you want Shakur and actually fight Shakur. Say that you want Devin and actually fight Devin. You know, fight these guys. Don't keep making new names. Like, you gave Barrios a chance. You gave Isaac a chance. Like, you know, Gamboa, like, those aren't the fights that we want.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is widely regarded for his defensive genius, impeccable technique, and flawless 50-0 record. His ability to adapt to opponents and control the pace of fights has cemented his place as one of boxing's greatest legends. On the other hand, Gervonta "Tank" Davis is celebrated for his explosive punching power, aggressive fighting style, and undefeated record. While their approaches to boxing differ, Mayweather's being more defensive and tactical, Davis's being more offensive and power-driven. Both fighters exhibit extraordinary ring intelligence and adaptability. In terms of accomplishments, Mayweather boasts an impressive list of world titles across multiple weight classes and has enjoyed remarkable longevity in the sport. His achievements set a high benchmark. Davis, still in his prime, has already claimed multiple titles and continues to pursue challenges that could elevate his legacy even further. Though surpassing Mayweather's legacy is no small task, Davis's trajectory suggests he has the potential to carve out his own significant place in boxing history. Bill Haney, father and trainer of lightweight champion Devin Haney, has openly addressed the dynamic between Mayweather and Davis. Haney believes Mayweather's treatment of Davis has been questionable, implying that instead of fully supporting his former protege, Mayweather may have tried to control or limit Davis's success. Haney argues that Mayweather's ego and desire to remain the biggest name in boxing may have influenced the strained relationship between the two. Haney even claimed that Mayweather tried to undermine Davis, suggesting that Mayweather's mentorship was more about maintaining influence over Tank rather than helping him achieve his full potential. With Davis now one of the highest-paid fighters in boxing, many believe Mayweather struggles with his growing stardom and financial success. The ongoing tension between Mayweather and Davis continues to spark speculation. Some view Mayweather as a guiding figure who helped propel Tank's rise, while others, like Haney, suggest he may have tried to keep him in his shadow. The question remains whether Mayweather truly wanted Davis to surpass him. If a fight between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis were to happen, it would be a battle of skill versus power. Known for his elusive movement, counterpunching, and ability to control the pace, Mayweather would likely avoid being cornered or trapped on the ropes as he did against aggressive opponents throughout his career. His stamina and discipline would allow him to maintain his strategy for 12 rounds, perhaps even 15 if needed, making it difficult for Tank to execute his game plan. Mayweather's ability to capitalize on his opponent's aggression would give him a tactical edge. However, Davis has repeatedly proven he possesses fight-ending power, even when outboxed. His ability to find openings and land devastating punches makes him one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport today.
You want your legacy to be, if you care. Because some interviews I see you say like, yeah, I don't care about this, I don't care about that. Where you stand on that?
It's just like, it's so up and down in the sport. When I say up and down in the sport, it's like, a lot of people don't know, but it been 3 and 4 people in my weight class that been undisputed. Type of thing, and they held it for like only a couple months. I beat Ryan beat Devin was undisputed. You get what I'm saying? Like it don't, like it's up and down, because some people are discredit what I've done. Ain't gonna lie, my influence, my everything in the sport, just that alone, even coming from where I come from, is
right.
Like, you feel me? I feel like I'm already up there with whoever, like Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard, all them people.
Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta "Tank" Davis embody two distinct yet powerful styles in boxing. Mayweather, widely considered one of the most technically proficient fighters in history, built his legacy on impenetrable defense, precise counterpunching, and an unmatched ring IQ. His ability to control the pace of a fight, avoid damage, and outmaneuver his opponents has made him nearly untouchable in the ring. On the other hand, Tank Davis poses a different type of challenge. Known for his explosive knockout power, Davis has the ability to change the course of a fight with just one punch. In a hypothetical matchup between the two, the key question would be whether Mayweather's defensive brilliance could neutralize Tank's relentless offense, or if Davis could break through and land the devastating blow that has ended so many of his previous fights. Historically, Mayweather has faced and dismantled power punchers, using his slick movement and tactical approach to frustrate aggressive fighters. However, Davis brings an unpredictable element to the table. He can be outboxed for several rounds, yet still find a way to land that fight-ending shot.
I remember first hearing an issue between Floyd and Gervonta before Gervonta fought Pedraza. And the issue I heard was that Floyd didn't want Gervonta to stay in Baltimore because he felt there was too many distractions for him in Baltimore, and he wanted to stay in Vegas. And the story I was told at that time was that Floyd gave Gervonta one of his penthouses or one of his apartments in the Palms Hotel, and he said, "This is your apartment. I'll furnish it for you." He got him a Jeep. At the time, Gervonta was not a world champion. He got him like a Jeep, a 4x4. You know, he basically said, "I'll make it comfortable for you. I don't want you to go to Baltimore. I want you to stay here. I don't think Baltimore is the place for you," you know? And what I was told was Gervonta sold all the furniture, sold the Jeep, and went back to Baltimore and bought a Benz. You know, with that's what I was. For real? That's what I was told at the time.
Mayweather's strengths lie in his superior defense, counterpunching skills, and elite stamina, which allow him to control the tempo of a fight On the other hand, Tank Davis's advantages are his raw power, offensive pressure, and finishing ability, making him a constant threat in the ring. While Mayweather's experience and style would likely give him the upper hand in controlling the fight, Davis's knockout power remains a dangerous factor that could change the course of the bout in an instant. This matchup would be a classic battle of skill versus power, ring IQ versus aggression. While Mayweather's calculated approach could lead him to victory, Tank's ability to land a fight-changing punch would keep fans on the edge of their seats, making this a fantasy fight for the ages. Calvin Ford, Davis's longtime trainer, has consistently stressed the importance of distinguishing between Mayweather and Davis. He often says, "Floyd is Floyd, Tank is Tank," emphasizing that while Mayweather's legacy is unmatched, Davis is carving his own path toward greatness. Ford has also pointed out how success reveals true character, suggesting that, as Davis's accomplishments grow, the true nature of those around him, including Mayweather, will become clearer. This perspective highlights the challenges Davis faces not only in the ring, but also in navigating relationships within the boxing community.
Another thing I want to touch on is the Floyd situation. You know, Floyd is Floyd. That's like I say, Tank is Tank, man. But at the end of the day, you know, the man is chasing greatness. And you should be supporting that. And I always tell you that. You should be supporting that, you know. It's a rocky road that we seeing what's going on. Just pay attention, man. The story is going to rebuild itself, you know. But again, that's how you burn bridges. Somebody said this is the true colors of a person that's coming out, man. They can't stand it, you know. Calm is it. I don't like using that word calm, you know, but our Lord knows. He knows. He knows. He knows.
That's a wrap for today's video. Stay tuned and see you next time.